Happy to have another young Indian with us today, part of the Voice of the Young series. Hello, everyone. Good to be back with you. Right now, we have with us Abhivyakti Mishra. Let's listen to her. Over to you, Abhivyakti. Please, let's start.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for having me here. And it's a beautiful opportunity to talk about different things that I wish to talk about using this platform. So, I would like to give a brief introduction about myself. I am Abhivyakti Mishra, as you guys already know. I am currently pursuing a MSc in Economics from Terry School of Advanced Studies. Previously, I did my bachelor's in Economics honors from Daulat Ram College, University of Delhi. And before that, in my 12th grade, I had humanities with mathematics. Uh, During my undergrad, I was the COVID student because when my undergrad started, that's when the pandemic hit us. So, majorly for like a six semester course, I guess 4 semesters I spent online, and like on the fourth semester, towards the end of it, I saw college. So I believe that when I spent most of my college life online, that those 3 semesters or 3.5 semesters basically changed my perspective towards a lot of things. So, starting from why I chose economics as a subject to major in. So, from school, I was someone who was interested in a lot of things. So, I used to participate in debates, in declamations, and I have always been someone who loves to write. And like when I was in 11th grade, one of my poems was selected in the annual book of the Poetry Society of India, which was titled Kya Yahi Sochte Honge Bhagwan. And I was also lucky enough to secure second position for one of my essays that I wrote under a competition that was organized by the UN Center for Information, New Delhi. So I have always been someone who loves to express herself, and my name also Abhivyakti literally translates to that. So,
Yeah,
many people who know me, who they literally say that I stand by my name, and I just try to do that. So, in school, when I started learning economics, it's a very rudimentary, like learning in 11th and 12th, especially. You just get to know about very basic stuff, right? So, but in 12th grade, we had this one particular sub part of economics, I must say, that was Indian economy, which made me understand that, okay, economics is a subject which is not only about the graphs and the mathematical part that we learn. So that was something that really interested me, and I decided to major in this particular subject. So when I came into college, I started to explore various arenas where I wanted to get into research. So I was like a first semester student, pretty new to everything, learning everything through this medium only via Zoom, attending online lectures, didn't had any personal interaction with either my professors or my peers or even with my seniors. So a lot of my questions that I had for myself, that okay, I want to maybe write a research paper, I want to write a research essay, how should I go about it? Or like I didn't even know how to reference like a particular resource when I'm writing that, because in Delhi University during your initial semesters, you are like the focus is more on building your fundamentals rather than encouraging you to write. It's mostly that comes in your second year. So I decided to take things in my own hand, and I decided to uh, uh, like see what opportunities are there so that I can find maybe I can learn something, I can find something on the internet that can teach me that how research papers are written down and how basically you do research. So in this process, I ended up writing a research paper that was titled Urbanization and Transmission of COVID-19 with a focus on developing countries. And it has India as a case study, which was later published in the International Journal of Policy Sciences and Law. And I was a second semester student back then.
wow.
So, so I was like, it was something that happened during the second wave of COVID-19. So, this was something that it was a co-authored paper. So I was really happy that like all my hard work that I was trying to do for last 8 months was actually like it bore results, right, for me.
Yeah.
And once that was published, many of my batchmates contacted me that, we are also interested in research, but just like me, they also was facing the same problem. They were not able to find not able to find the resource or not able to find the right guidance, because it was COVID second wave, and people are already dealing with a lot of things. And maybe I was privileged enough that I wasn't hit personally that much by COVID, that I had the bandwidth to actually write a research paper. So I decided that, okay, these are my batchmates. I should, if I know something, I should pass it on to them as well.
Yeah.
So like in our third semester, our college, like in our department specifically, they choose the editor in chief for the college magazine. So I decided to apply for that, and luckily, I was selected as the editor of chief of my college magazine. That's Optima, the annual economic outlook. And I made a mission that when I'll be publishing that magazine, the writers that I have under me and the co-editors that I had with me, I will make sure that whosoever wants to learn or like wants to understand how research might work, I would whatever I know and whatever I can get to know by my professors, I will just, make a perfect channel so that the person who wants to write an article for the magazine or wants to publish an article somewhere else, they can reach out to me and they can learn how things are done basically. So during that process, like while all this was going on, one of my seniors also reached out to me. They wanted to establish a society, or like a chapter of a society, that's Global Association of Economics Education in our college. So they reached out to me, and the basic agenda of that particular society or that particular organization is to fulfill, or like it's to empower college students to understand what the real life economics, finance and entrepreneurship world looks like. So I was really fascinated by the idea, and I joined them as well. And I like we went to the principal in order to like talk about our idea that we want to establish this particular society in college. And luckily enough, I was able to with my seniors and my team, able to established that particular society in college. And I also served as the head of economics over there, which again, my basically job profile over there was to tell people, or like tell my juniors at the time, because I was a second year student, I was a sophomore, that how basically research is done, things about data collection, or things about how data analysis is done, how you actually, uh, having synthesis of discussions with people, majorly in online mode. So during this particular time, I was able to understand that there is a lot of gaps between what a student wants to do and what they are provided with, and COVID expanded that gap. So I just tried my best that I learn for myself, and I'm able to forward that learning to other people who want to learn. So I'm really thankful that during COVID I was able to do all this, and like because of this, I was also able to write a research paper with my batchmate that was titled "Access to Education, Employment and Technology: An Unusual Paradigm." It was about how COVID changed the access dynamics of education, technology, and employment for various people. And me with my friend, we were able to secure third position at the research festival that's organized by Shri Ram College of Commerce, and second position at Kamla Nehru College, both under University of Delhi. And during the process of writing these papers as well, I understood that I am very interested in something that is like when like that is that I can see via charts and data.
Yeah.
So like when you see a scatter plot, you see that okay, things are there. If why things are scattering around, or like how a histogram is changing over the years. I mean, I know data has its own problems. I mean, not everything that data tells you is true, because there are, of course, biasness in it. But I did realize that data is something that excites me a lot, which in turn helped me in having two of my internships during and after college. Like before before I entered in my master's program, I also interned at the Impact and Policy Research Institute, where I wrote articles on various topics, maybe like from topics from macroeconomics or public finance. And also I researched in the Indian Council for international economics relations, where I research on pollution tax and how it affects the world around us and how it might affect India. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, I just try to find new topics to research about so that I can pinpoint that one area or like one
Yeah.
subdomain of economics, because it's such a huge field that okay, I like this and I want to continue my journey in economics in this particular field.
Wow. Good. That's wonderful. What else? What's next? You finish your
What's
undergraduate. Yeah, and then.
right now I'm doing my masters. So as I said that like I did my undergrad, like mostly my undergrad in online mode. So like I felt that I don't know, that maybe because I did it in online mode, I don't know anything tangible like when it comes to like my academia. And now that I'm like in my master's program, I just, I mean major, I mean I'm in my first semester right now, so most of the things are majorly similar to what I studied in my undergrad, but the nuances of it that I'm right now studying in my master's program, it's just making me realize that okay, there was so much gap that I did not study it back in my undergrad, maybe because in undergrad, usually in your first and second semester, you have this mentality that you need to pass the exam. But now in masters, I'm trying to develop this mentality that, I need to understand why a certain thing is happening. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to reach out to professors and, going to office hours in order to understand that, okay, if there is something that is being said by the professor during a lecture, why is that being said? Or like, what is the a basic idea behind that particular thing. So I'm trying to get into the basics of all the fundamentals that that were already taught to me in my undergrad. And I'll say that right now it's an amazing experience for me.
Wow. That's very good to hear. So you are happy with what is going on in your master's program.
Yeah, right now I am, though it's also the exam season. So I'm kind of nervous because reading and attending all the lectures is fine, but also need to write the exam at the end of it. So that's something that's
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So what's your future?
future. I mean, this is something that makes me really nervous. This particular question. So I don't know what specifically I want to do, but I do know that I want to work in somewhere where I am, actively researching upon things. Maybe researching upon things while being on ground. That is like being if I am into the development economics field, going into like the villages or like whatever area that a person needs to research upon, or
Mhm.
maybe collecting secondary data and having those school models that one make in order to understand what the actual economy is going on like in the real world. So research is something that I'm really excited about. And during my undergrad, like I interned with a NGO, that's Project Up, which basically works in the area of child rights. So
Mhm.
I really liked my time there. So I also want to explore some of like my ideas or like some of my time in non-profit work, or like how maybe things or like economics can be translated into non-profit area. So that's something that I would like to explore. But what I want to do specifically, like if you would ask me that Abhivyakti, do you want, like a very specific job title? Do you want this? So I might not have an answer for that right now, but
Yeah.
I am ready to explore.
All right. Wonderful. All right. What about things outside the class? I
Okay,
know you
things
were
out.
editor. I know you were chief editor, so that's a big deal. Okay, that's a big deal for anyone. Anything else for
Yeah,
fun?
I
For fun?
for fun, yeah. So, as I told you that I really like to write poems. So I was also the English editor for my poetry society back in college. And along with that, I'm someone who is like who really likes to see things in motion. As told you that I like data, like when they are especially, in graphs. So I'm a very visual person. So for
Mm.
fun, I'm someone whom you can find on Netflix or Amazon Prime for watching some movie that is maybe not in a language that I know, so just reading through the subtitles. So for fun, I usually go for that. or I usually like to read and learn about new things via these
Wonderful.
two mediums.
All right, that's a great life. Anything else you want to add?
Anything else? Yeah. So I would like to add one more very important thing that past like 3 to 4 years have taught me is that it's very important for you to, dedicate your time to something that you are really passionate about, or you think that you're passionate about and you want your future in that particular field. But along with that, you also need to be very, very specific, or like very very attentive towards your health, be it your mental health or your physical health. Because for me, during COVID, I neglected my physical health completely. So, as I told you that I really like to watch Netflix. So I used like my usual timeline during COVID was getting up in the morning, attending the lectures, then like reviewing the lectures, and then like towards night, I used to watch whatever series that I'm watching, having all the junk because Zomato delivers on time, and sleeping down, and then this process repeated for almost 9 months, I believe. And then when the colleges reopened, I realized that okay, I do not have that same stamina that I used to have before. I used to before the online classes and all that happened. So it just made me realize that if you are not taking care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, then whatever thing that you are working on will take like a setback. So I remember this one thing. I also worked with DU Beat, which is like one of the leading student-run newspapers. So it covers whatever happens in and around Delhi University, or maybe colleges that are like throughout the country. So I really used to love to write, whatever pieces that were assigned to me by my editors for that particular newspaper. But like it during the end of it, like when it was like a huge time when I have started neglecting my health, I realized that because I do not have the energy to, maybe complete everything, I'm unable to dedicate my time to something that I really love.
Oh,
So that made me realize that, okay, you're young, you have a lot of energy, you think that you can, neglect your health, but you're never too young to neglect your health. Because once your health starts going down the graph, it's very, very difficult to actually turn the graph around.
okay.
So that's something I want to add.
All right, wonderful. Anything else in your mind right now?
Right now, I don't have anything specific. Yeah, one thing, like if you really like something or you think that you might be liking something, go for it and, explore it, because without exploring, you won't be understanding that whether you like that thing or not.
All right, wonderful. All right, thank you, Abhivyakti. It's good to hear how you've handled your life and curricular activities, reading, writing, and so on. It's very good. I guess in the master's program you don't have so much spare time as you did with the COVID and the BA. Probably you are more busy with the classes and so on, and the exams coming up. But let's see, maybe we catch up with you in 1 year to see how you are doing. And in the
Sure.
meantime, let's say bye to the viewers. I'll be back with another young person or an expert soon. Bye till then. Bye, everybody.